need to do some strength training to help support your knees, but do you know which muscles you need to strengthen? Today, I'm going to give you 3 exercises that will help support your knees, prevent pain, prevent injury. Hey there, I'm Amy Connell. I'm a fitness professional for nearly 20 years. I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach who helps women over 40 feel and function well so they can fulfill their purpose. Look, as we age, our knees kind of start to go a little wonky. I totally get that. One of the best ways we can support our knees is actually to support and strengthen our hip musculature. These are all of the muscles surrounding our hips, our glutes, and everything else. Why? Because our femur connects up here into this joint. And so when the joint is supported, it keeps the femur in line, so that way it's going straight into your knee joint without getting moved around or shifted, or heaven forbid you jump up and come down and it shifts out of place and you tear an ACL or meniscus or MCL or something like that. So strengthening what I call the mini muscles, the hip musculature, is so important in protecting your knees. Here are 3 exercises you can do to do that. Now, you will need some sort of resistance loop. I have linked these down in the comments, or if you have some physical therapy bands or something like that, you can absolutely use those. Now, I did a video on how to put your loop on, so watch that. If yours tend to get a little bunched up, but take your loop and place it about 1 inch or maybe 2 above your kneecap. You don't ever want to put this on your kneecap, so just make sure it's above the joint. Then lay down. If you're on a mat, I want you to pretend that I have one, first of all, and then I want you to take your heels, your hips, and your shoulders all aligned with the mat. Take a moment, look back, see if you're aligned. People will often do this, or they'll bring it back too far, so have a nice straight line. Then take your hip, shift it so that it's straight above. We're gonna naturally sit back on the meat of that muscle. So I want those hips straight aligned. Then squeeze that top glute, lift it up just a couple inches, and then take it back down. This is not a range of motion movement, meaning you don't need to go all the way up. You just need to go up enough to have some tension. And after you do this a few times, you're gonna feel a little heat right here and then right back here as well. These are the muscles that will support your knee. So do that 10 or 15 times on each side, 2 or 3 times. Now, those clamshells are great for strengthening the muscles on our outside of our hip musculature, our gluteus medius and a little bit of our minimus, but I want to make sure that we're strengthening all the muscles in our back glute region. Lay down on the ground, bend your knees, and place your feet on the ground. I want you to imagine your feet are tripods. So press into your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. Then place your hands down on the ground, slightly tuck under your hips so that you're creating less space in the back, in the small of the back. Squeeze your glutes and lift up. And again, it doesn't have to go much. You're not looking to get as high a range of motion. If we're doing this, we're arching our back. So just lift a couple inches and then release back down, up and down. Squeeze your glutes. Now I want you to point, I know I can't see you, but point to where you're feeling. You should be feeling right here, not back here. So focus on squeezing your butt cheeks together. You can pull back that belly button toward your spine as you go up. And as you get more comfortable, you can lift one leg up and down and really isolate one side and then the other. Again, 10 or 15 times. If you're alternating your feet or legs, you can do that. Otherwise, 10 to 15 reps, about 3 times, is really great for that strengthening of your gluteus minimus and piriformis and all of those other smaller glute muscles. Then we're going to round these 3 movements out with some more focus on our hips and our gluteus medius. So go down, lay down on the mat if you have one. If not, pretend that you do, and put on a line your heels, your hips, and your shoulder. Stack your hips on top of each other as well. Now take your toes together and kiss your toes together as you raise your heel. This is called an internal rotation. And right there, you should start to feel that side butt muscle, that gluteus medius activating. Lift it up about a foot, and then you're gonna do about 10 circles one way, and then 10 circles the other way. I would love to see you do this for about 4 or 5 rounds, doing both sides. So 10 forward, 10 back, times 4 or 5. Work your way up to that. The key is to keep that knee internally rotated, so drive your heel up. I know it doesn't look like I'm rotated here, but trust me, I am feeling it. Put your hand here if you need a reminder of what muscle's supposed to be working. If you do this, your quad is taking over. There's no harm in training our quad, but that's not the intent of what we are doing. We want to get that side muscle, again, to keep our femur in line and to protect that knee. If you like someone to guide you through movements in a comprehensive class, I invite you to get my signature program, Be Complete, which was designed specifically for women over 40, though you can get it if you're not a woman and if you're not over 40, but it is designed to complement however it is that you like to move, and it focuses on all the different things that we need to be doing as we're getting older, like balance, core, these mini muscles, stretching, pausing, and range of motion. I invite you to get that. The information is down in the comments. As always, have a great day.